let's look at this month ahead. I know that it's a new year and that we're looking forward to 2022 being better than the last 2 years, but I still like to break things down by month. And if you want to have a 2022 tarot reading, I am offering that on my website. It is a written reading so that you can refer to it at any point throughout the year, and it goes through all areas of life. So whatever it is that you need to know for 2022 is available in that tarot reading. It's a 13-page document, and it's at least 12 channeled messages from your spirit guides flowing through me to you. But for today, we're going to be looking at the month ahead, so January of 2022. Not only numerologically do we get a new new personal month number, we also have a new year number. So the way to calculate that is by adding the first two numbers of your birthday, so the month and the day. So say you're born on October 4th, you would add 1, you would add 4, and that equals 5, and then you would add 2022, which comes down to a 6. So 5 plus 6 is 11. And we keep the master numbers. That was just an example. So that is what we're looking at this week. We're going to be looking at our month ahead, what's coming up for us in January. We do have Venus retrograde still until January 28th if you're on the East Coast, 29th if you're in Europe or further east.
And that is in the sign of Capricorn.
So however that's showing up for you, wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart, just be aware that that's still going to be happening for January, and I will be keeping that in mind as I do this tarot reading. Just a reminder also, I am doing that giveaway, and it's kind of hard to announce it all because it's like every week until I reach the 1,000 subscribers, which I'm getting really excited. We're almost at 500. Basically, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and just comment down below that you've done those things so that I know you're interested in the giveaway. I will be announcing what the prizes are very, very soon, I promise. So I've got your piles down here on the table. Let's get started. All right, so pile number 1, we've got this Daisy, Believe and Trust in Happiness. Pile 2, we have a Rose, You are divinely loved and protected with grace. And pile 3, Buttercup, Be ready, the best is on its way. All right, so pile number 1, I have got your Daisy card here. Very sweet, Believe and Trust in Happiness. I love this, very, very cute. So we're gonna start with the general theme of January. What is going to be happening for us in this month? What do we need to know about the month? Ooh, all right, we got Justice and we got the Lovers. So I would think that Venus retrograde is coming in pretty strong for you. Because this is sort of all about equality and also about responsibility, I think there's a big message for you to learn about the consequences of your actions or how your actions affect other people. And it doesn't have to say that like you're doing bad things and you're hurting other people. It's just a mindfulness of how you living your life might affect those that are really close to you. And, you know, if you're in this point of your life where you're like, I have to just think about me, that's good. Good for you that you're empowering yourself in that way. Just know that like other people might be a little bit worried about you, and you might be a little bit worried about your friends who might be going through that similar energy. And so all of January is sort of all about realizing maybe like who it is that you are really entangled with, who you might be feeling a little bit of codependency with, you know, those tendencies, and how to sort of separate yourself from them. Justice is ruled by Libra, which, yes, it's very people-oriented, and Lovers is ruled by Gemini, in case you were wondering. So these sort of twins and then all of that relationship, other people, fairness oriented. But what I was going to say was Justice is ruled by Libra. So it's all about a less emotional view on your situations. And instead, you know, it's funny that I brought up 11 in the intro because 11 is the number for justice, but it's all about two ones coming together. And so if you think about ones, they're all about independence, individuality, leadership, being strong in their aloneness, in their independence, and then they come together. They choose to find each other. They choose to share parts of their lives with each other. So I think that's sort of what's going to be coming up for you in January, is deciding who you allow in your life, deciding or recognizing how your actions might affect other people and their livelihood and how well they're doing. But it also might just be a month of like detangling yourself from some of your relationships that you have kind of driven in a codependent nature. Because this Lovers is coming up, and this one specifically really screams like entanglement and codependency, just because you can't even see where one begins and the other ends. So yeah, that's sort of what January's theme is for you. Let's look at the first third of January. What's going to be coming up for you? Oh, okay. Well, these two wanted to fall out. The King of Swords and the Three of Cups. Interesting. Instantly, for the first third of January, so January 1st to 10th, I sort of got this like argument between men and women. And for some of you out there, it might be that you are with a partner right now that your friends do not approve of, or that your loved ones could see like you could do better, or that there's just some sort of dispute where he seems to be taking over everything. And then these really strong women in your life, or like maybe a mother, a child, a sister, a friend, you know, like they seem to have an opinion about the relationship. And it could just be, if that doesn't sound right or that doesn't resonate, it could just be like finding the balance between this relationship, maybe a new relationship that you're really excited about, and also those long-lasting friendships that you've had for so long. Finding the balance there so that you're still giving them enough of you, but you also have enough for yourself, right? Like making sure you're your priority too. But they do seem sort of like, why can't we all just be together, right? Like the King of Swords is very different from Three of Cups energy. Swords is opposite cups. It's that air and that water. So kind of having to balance those. And I think you might come to a point where you're like, why can't we just bring both of these parties together? And then you're not using as much of your energy to be like, all right, now I got to focus on this King of Swords. Now I got to focus on the Three of Cups. And so it might even be about enmeshing or, you know, tangling up some of your relationships together so that you don't feel so spread thin. All right, so that is the first third of January. Let's see the second third from the 11th to the 20th. These just keep coming out. All right, these are, all right. Stop falling. Sorry. So we've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Eight of Wands, and we've got the World card. So I'm going to read them in that order. This Knight of Cups screams to me that you need to, you know, vocalize or voice your opinion, voice your emotions, right? It doesn't have to be an opinion in the very air sense, but it's more like get in touch with your emotional opinion here and speak on it. Like allow other people to hear it. And you know, I say that because this Eight of Wands it does not like doubt whether it's supposed to be going in this direction. And I think for you, there might be some doubt. I think, and it's hard to say because I think with the amount of people watching this, that like some of you have to, I think you have to discern whether it's reasonable doubt. Because I'm not here to say like, for some of you, it is like, you should sit in that doubt. And for some of you, you need to just like wash that doubt away. I think it's important for you to be able to discern what is my intuition and what is my fear and anxiety. And so for some of you having that doubt about maybe your relationship or maybe about your friend group or, you know, even how they tie in together, that you're feeling that doubt, you need to sit in, you need to like discern yourself, right? In that Libran way, really see both sides and then choose a side, right? Which is not very Libran, not about choosing sides, but there, and even that Gemini too, like we've got all of this duality going on. This King of Swords is very different from the King of Cups. And I feel like I've sort of tunnel visioned in on like, this is all about relationships, but that Justice and Lovers was really screaming that duality. And so even if it's not like my friends don't like my boyfriend sort of situation, it's still some form of like an inner conflict or an external conflict. But either way, there's sort of this push and pull and you feel like you have to go in one direction and then the other part of you feels like you have to go in the other direction. And I say relationships not only because Justice and the Lovers came up, but also because Venus is retrograde. And this is kind of the time that we are all reassessing our relationships and reviewing. And some of us might feel some doubt, or some of us might feel like, great, I am in the right place. I am aligned with my values. I am with the right people who treat me well and that love me and that love each other. Because I think for you, you're trying to find some harmony in your relationships with Justice here. So the second third of January, as I was saying, we've got the Knight of Cups and we've got the Eight of Wands. I think it's really important for you to take action where your emotions lie, so that you not take action in the way of like doing something based off your emotions, but taking action by discerning those emotions and allowing yourself to review them without being afraid of those feelings. And then we've got the World. I do think that there might be some overwhelmness throughout this week, or that overwhelm can bring great clarity, great abundance, right? By being able to say like, oh, you know what? That doubt actually is not reasonable. That's just fear. And I'm going to let that walk through. You actually then like, you empower yourself, you know, you give yourself that power of, I was able to like work through that fear. So I think for some of you on the 2nd, 3rd of January, you really need to like assess the emotion. That's when Venus in retrograde is really going to be intense for you. All right. And last 3rd of January, I was going to say November for some reason. Last 3rd of January, the 21st to the 31st, 4 cards came out. I'm going to read them one at a time, just so that I don't get a little muddled here. But we got the 2 of Wands, and I don't normally read reversals or anything, but this one was the only one that was face upside down. So I'm kind of curious to see what comes up with that 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands is all about sort of assessing the situation. You had an inspiration. That's Ace of Wands is a sudden inspiration, a sudden passion. And then the 2 of Wands is sort of like, okay, well, let's look back and like see if that's feasible, or see if I have any resources for that, because I would like to go forward, but I need to know that I can. So it being reversed sort of says like, you might not realize you have resources. You might feel stuck in a situation or trapped in a situation. Then we've got the 3 of Wands. So even more like having, yeah, I think even this feeling trapped might, I don't know, it might like exacerbate the situation in which then you feel even more trapped, right? By like having that sudden feeling of like, oh God, I'm trapped here. Then you really sit in that trapped energy. So I think it's important for you to get this Knight of Wands energy and realize that you are not stuck in any situation. You can get yourself out of any situation that you need to. Believe and trust in happiness. I love that. I almost feel like if you are in a relationship that's less than ideal and you are having strong doubts and you're thinking, you know, maybe this is it, maybe this isn't what I want anymore. Venus retrograde is bound to bring that to some of us, which is painful, but sometimes necessary. You might think that like there is no happiness for you to have, like you have run out of that resource, that happiness resource. And so just know that you need to believe and trust that happiness does exist. It is just around the corner for you if you are having a tough time right now. So that Knight of Wands will really help you really push yourself to get out of your comfort zone, because I think you're feeling a little bored in that comfort zone and then you feel trapped or you feel stuck. And I say that because you also have this 4 of Cups, which is sort of a boredom card, or it's also a gratitude card, right? So feeling like I am bored, I am trapped, you sort of then fall into this place of you're not feeling grateful for what you do have. And so I think it would be a good time to get away on a trip, right? 2 and 3 of Wands are sort of like, go out there, see the sights. And this Knight of Wands is taking charge very quickly, excited, gets out of the comfort zone, gets out of its home base, and yeah, get yourself out of this sort of bored place. All right, so I want to pick one oracle card, and hopefully my dog will let me because she's whining in the next room. I don't know if you can hear her. Oh, that jumped right out. We've got inheritance. Yep. Think about if this is something your family has gone through before. If you have watched maybe a parent stay in a relationship, or you've watched your parent sort of have to balance a friendship group and family relationship, or friendship group and a romantic relationship. Have you seen this happen in generations past? And if so, you are doing that generational work. You're breaking that sort of curse, as some like to call it. You have inherited some of your qualities here, and maybe some of those qualities are stubbornness or self-doubt or lack of confidence. But I mean, you've also inherited great qualities, right? We're just focusing on sort of the more shadow things that need to be addressed. So just know that the work you're doing in this lifetime is really important for your ancestors, for generations before you. They are asking you and willing you to please do this so that, you know, future generations don't have to. So thank you. I hope that was helpful for you. I wish you a really beautiful January, and I hope that you find some calm and beauty in the need for balance. So, bye. All right. Hello, pile 2. We have got your rose. You are divinely loved and protected with grace. Very beautiful. And this rose looks sort of orange and yellow, which is interesting. So we're going to look at the general themes of January for you, what you need to, like, what is the overarching thing that you need to be thinking about, or what is going to be on your mind, whether or not you know you need to think about it, what you're going to be dealing with essentially. So let's see what comes up for you. Okay, 10 of Cups, 7 of Wands. I think that's it. I love this deck. So first off, you've got this 10 of Cups. What's really going to be at the forefront for you is finding joy, finding contentment, finding that peacefulness that comes with fulfillment. Not so much that you're just relaxing and chilling, but it's more you are fulfilled and content. So therefore you don't have to be doing so much. I think for you with the 7 of Wands, you feel like there's a lot of work that has to be had this month, or has to be done this month. That you feel like, I have to put in so much work in order to find this contentment, to find this fulfillment. I think ultimately a quote that's going to be helpful for you is happiness is an inside job. So doing this work more internally rather than focusing so much on external things that need to be fixed or need to be done. What work can I put in order to like reap the benefits or the rewards, which is sort of where our mindset's going to be during Capricorn season anyway, because we are so tangible focused, we're so goal oriented, and we think like if I put in more work, I am guaranteed happiness. I'm guaranteed contentment. I'm guaranteed a bonus or money or, something like that, where work put in equates to happiness. And sometimes that's just not the case. So happiness is an inside job for you this month, really focusing on that you do have this already. You are divinely loved and protected with grace. All right, so let's check out the first third of the month. We're going to go in thirds. So 1st to 10th, that's what we're looking at right now. Oh, there we go. The Page of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles. Let's see, anything more? Yeah, there we go. And the 5 of Swords. Okay, so I see a lot of reflection and a lot of planning. So it's not that a lot of action is being taken. I think for you, Venus retrograde is sort of about like the work that you put in because it's in Capricorn. It could be about your career or work. It could be about finances. But I sort of think more generally for many of you, it's just that mentality of the more work I put in, the more rewards I'll reap. And sometimes that's just not the case. Sometimes it's, the more that I rest and give myself that respect and honor of the body, the more rewards I get in. So I think for you, there's going to be a lot of reflection on the actions that you have to take. The Page of Wands understands that maybe he or she does not know it all. The pages in general know that they are a novice, they are beginners, and they are willing to take on new information and adjust and adapt to it. And so this Page of Wands is sort of saying, what actions do I need to take? What is a new way of me moving forward and taking action that maybe doesn't drain me so much? And I think for you, you're going to be setting a foundation for how you take action in the future, how you move forward in a way that brings you abundance, brings you fulfillment, but also doesn't exhaust you. And so the 3 of Pentacles is all about setting up a plan, having some sort of plan that you are able to follow in the future. It's quite Virgo to me, like having that organization and knowing that you have something to stick to. It's earthy in general because it's Pentacles, so that Capricorn sort of fits into it all. These are my goals. I'm going to hit these marks, blah, blah, blah. And then you have this 5 of Swords. And so the way in which you reflect on your actions and how you move forward, the way in which you plan and organize and outline everything needs to change. And you need to be open to that adjustment like the Page, right? So 5 is all about change. It's about exploration, adventure, and Swords is all about the mind. It's that mental suit. It's how you process things on a mental level. And so 5 of Swords literally just equates to change your mind, shift your perspective. And so I think you need to shift your perspective about the way that you do organize. And what better time to do that than Capricorn season, aka the new year. Really being able to say like, okay, clearly something isn't working here. What do I need to do? Or how could I do this in a different way that doesn't tire me out, that doesn't exhaust me, but still brings me this content that I'm looking for, this fulfillment, this pride in what I do, this pride in what I work on. So that is the first third of the month, sort of setting out where I think even some of you might be like, you know what, I'm going to set a plan. I'm going to outline what I want out of this year. I'm going to outline my goals for this year. And I think near the end of those 10 days, so maybe around the 8th, 9th, or 10th, that's when you might realize like, you know, this hasn't worked for me in the past. Maybe let me shift my perspective. All right, the second third of the month. So from the 11th to the 20th, there we go, 1, 2. We've got the Chariot and we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Hell yeah. So I almost think that if you are able to shift the perspective in this way that I sort of talked about, if you're able to shift your perspective on how much work you're willing to put in with the amount of rewards that you've been given historically, if you're able to shift that mindset, there are really great places that you're going to be going. The Chariot is all about quick action, quick movement forward, quick progression. And so by like breaking up that stagnant energy of how you always have done things, you really like ask the universe to like give you something new, give you something exciting. And what they're giving you is this 10 of Pentacles. You might come into some money during this time. You might come into a new job, a promotion, or a new relationship, or newfound appreciation for what you do have, even. Like it could just be on a more internal level. And that's sort of what we talked about with this 10 of Cups, that you do have that within you already. You have it in your life. It's just about being able to see it. So that 10 of Pentacles coming up, where you had the 10 of Cups as like the general theme, I think this second week, or not week, but second third in January is going to be really important for you when it comes to this theme of like finding fulfillment, finding gratitude, being content with where you are and not feeling like you have to change everything all of the time. Things will change for you. I don't think you have to make those changes. The only changes you have to make are internal ones, the way that you process things, the way that you perceive even your values, right? Like perceiving your finances, or like how much money you think you need, whereas what you actually need, and the universe is going to give you what you really need. So yeah, you could come into money in that second third of January, which I'm not huge on like predicting that, but that just came through kind of strong. So the second third of January, let's see, from the 21st to the 31st. Give a good deep breath. Okay. Too many. Okay, I won't read them all, but I sort of feel like there's going to be a lot of events that happen in this last third. So I'll speak to them as events. So first we've got this 10 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. Again, another 10, but it's accompanied with the 3 of Swords, which is typically a heartbreak card. I almost feel like you're going to be asked to really protect your heart during this time. You might put yourself out there very vulnerably. And while I'm always a proponent for being real and being vulnerable and allowing yourself to be open, I think you might be asked to actually protect your heart here. So if you're currently dating and you meet somebody around the second, third of January, just take it slow. Allow yourself to like take it really slow, right? Venus is still retrograde, so we're still kind of dealing with this internal shift of values. So just with that sort of felt like a little event where there might be some heartbreak when it comes to your love or your family or something. And not that like something horrible will happen. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be a little piece that like hurts, right? Hurts your feelings. So just protecting your heart, or where you need to be vulnerable, just making sure that you sort of have empowered yourself before that, right? If you know you have to be vulnerable for something and you're going to have a difficult conversation, or you're going to do something that you know is sort of triggering your emotional state, just do something beforehand that you're able to cleanse, that you're able to protect, right? That you're able to kind of respect and honor what your body's about to go through. So, and then we got the Wheel of Fortune and the 8 of Swords, which this to me, I don't have any like a specific event that I feel could happen, but it sort of feels like get yourself out of denial when it comes to, I feel like for those of you that are dating or like single currently and looking for a partner, I really think that second, third of January from the 11th to the 20th is going to be like a whoosh, like it's really going to sweep you off your feet. And then the second, third is kind of saying like, but don't go along with it too much. Right? Like allow yourself to see the reality of the situation rather than making a huge grandiose deal out of whatever is happening right now. Like take yourself out of sort of denial or that escapist mental state and really, really ground yourself, see yourself here. So either way, this 3rd of January is really saying to ground yourself, protect yourself, cleanse yourself, right? So it's all about taking care of you. You need that. Okay. But the two cards that came out, which really stand for like the whole third of January, is this Nine of Wands and the Sun. These two came out before the other ones did. So that Sun, right, that is Leo. It is all about the self, about expression, about your heart. So it's funny that like that Three of Swords came up, which is technically the heartbreak card, right? That's how we know it. And even this Eight of Swords is like not seeing what's real. That sometimes that relates to the heart for me, because this Eight of Swords is sort of like you're not looking at yourself in the mirror. You're not seeing what's real. And this even looks like a mirror. Right? So like looking at your real reflection. And as we all know, Leos love a good mirror. So I think for you, it's going to be really important. And this Nine of Wands, all about boundaries, about protection, about taking care of what you have, of yours, of your pride, of your creation. So this last third of January is really saying to take care of you. You are important. You are your priority. So yeah, that's self, and express yourself, right? Don't swallow it all up. Protect yourself, express yourself. So we're going to pick an oracle card. Just what, any more things that we need to know? This is funny. Literally, we got Vanity. So she's looking at a mirror. She's kind of looking at us through the mirror. Look at your reflection this month. Look at yourself. Really, really look at yourself honestly and openly, right? We started off with this page. Look at what you're doing. Look at your actions. Look at maybe how they are affecting your life's trajectory, or maybe even the people around you. Don't get too wrapped up in how you look. Don't get too wrapped up in what you look like to others. Allow yourself to take the ride that you are meant to be taking, okay? Don't let the fear of other people's judgments stop you from living this content and happy, fulfilled life. All right. Oh, we had another one that came through. Camouflage. Don't hide yourself. Yeah. Don't hide yourself. I think you have a really good skill of, you know, being invisible when you need to be or when you want to be. But I think for you, it's important to show up and express yourself. So that is your month ahead reading. I hope that was helpful. I hope you have a wonderful January. I think there's some intense work that's going to be done, especially this Venus in Capricorn. Let me know in the comments where Capricorn is in your chart, because that might indicate some of where this is really happening, right? It might specify if it's in relationships and identity and your family and your sex life, you know, all those kinds of things. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. I will see you guys next time. Yeah, bye. All right, pile 3, I've got your Buttercup. It says, be ready. The best is on its way, which is so positive, so uplifting. I'm sure a lot of people will pick that because it's so positive. So we are going to look at the general theme of January, what we are dealing with for like overarchingly over the month. And then we're going to go into the thirds of the month. So the first third, second third, third. Yeah, let's check it out. Let's see what your theme is. And immediately we've got this Knight of Wands. All right, confidence. Let's see what else. There we go. And the Ten of Swords. Okay, the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Swords. I sort of feel like this month is going to be a huge what if month, right? Sort of living in hypotheticals, living in your mind, maybe anxiety taking over a little bit because you might be overthinking some situations, getting really in your head about certain things. And I think you're being asked to like embody that confidence, right? The Knight of Wands, right? So that would be mutable fire. That's Sagittarius right there. Allowing yourself to make valuable or beautiful connections with other people and not letting your anxiety sort of take that over. It's a very social month for you. I think there are many opportunities for you to even network if it comes to work or network socially. Just like getting yourself out there to other people is important. But I think before you can do that, you really, it's a working on your confidence kind of month. Promotion, self-promotion. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink like, I know I get that way when I'm like trying to tell people about the readings I'm doing or like the candles I'm making. I feel like, oh God, I feel like such an old-timey salesman, and people don't want to hear it. And, you know, I have to work through that as well. That confidence of, hey, actually I'm doing this thing, or I'm creating this thing and I think it's really valuable. I think you could enjoy it. So that Knight of Wands energy of embodying the confidence that you need. It's almost like a fake it till you make it, which I know some people don't like, but honestly, I love. It's gotten me everywhere. So allow yourself to fake it. Allow yourself to fake it for like a little bit, just to see how it feels to like fake confidence. And honestly, I think moving forward, that confidence will come in. It'll creep in a little bit more and more. So just be careful to take care of that mental health, right? Taking care of that anxiety or the overthinking, making sure that you don't just feed into every little thought that you have, and that thought lets you spiral into more thoughts, and right, just that overthinking energy. Because then that's what's really going to knock you down. That's what's really going to exhaust you. Instead, just go forward, right? Sagittarius doesn't have a filter. Just say what you mean. Say what you want. Demand what you want from the universe, right? Okay. So we're going to look at the first third of the month. So from the 1st to the 10th of January, Happy New Year, still Capricorn season. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, we've got the 9 of Cups. So already, I think there's some real opportunity for growth, fortune, blessings when it comes to emotional fulfillment here. I also think that if you own your own business, that this could be a really good time for you. I think you'll be really busy. I also think that blessings come to you when you stand with pride. I love this 9 of Cups because it's this guy who, like, he's selling his cups and look at what great cups I have. He's so proud of what he has. And so for you to stand like that, to stand with your arms crossed and say, look at what I made. It is beautiful. You probably want to buy one. You know, something like that, standing with that confidence. And if you are able to do that, exude that, then yeah, beautiful things will come to you. Again, more Sagittarius. So if there's a Sagittarius watching this, this was for you. Along with other signs too, obviously. So yeah, this may be feeling like you have to fight for your fortune, to fight for your money or earnings or love, you know, but you need to be ready, right? That's what this Buttercup says, is be ready. Not, hey, heads up, the best is on its way. Be ready, because the best is on its way. So, you know, if you're looking for that one big like viral TikTok that's going to get you all of your customers or something, like, be ready for it. Don't just want it to happen. Be ready for a flood of customers to come in. And if you're not, you know, that's just sort of an analogy of like if you are a business owner, but also if like you're looking for love, if you're looking for a romantic partner, be ready for it, right? We all think like, I'm ready for love, but are you really? Like, you have to do work when you're in a relationship. You have to be really, really mindful of the other person. There are sort of things in relationships that we don't realize we need to do before we're in them. And so the be ready is really standing out to me, of like, you want all of this, but are you prepared to get it all? So that Wheel of Fortune, it is coming to you. This first third of January already feels like great fortune is coming to you when it comes to your emotional fulfillment, because that 9 of Cups, your pride in what you do, your pride in who you are, that confidence is really, really boosting up. All right, I've talked your ear off. So the second third of January, from the 11th to the 20th. Oop, there's one. 6 of Cups. All right. The Hanged Man and the 4 of Swords. Wow. So the Hangman and the 4 of Swords are very, very similar messages of slow down, of stop yourself. And then we even have the 6 of Cups, which even to me is sort of like, hey, just chill. Just go chill in the garden with your cups, you know? The 6 of Cups also said to me that somebody from your past could be coming forward, which is very Venus in retrograde, old relationships coming back. Could be romantic, could be platonic, could be family, could be friends. But I almost see this as like, but maybe nothing's going to come of it. Okay. So if you do even start a relationship in this second third of January, that's the month we're in, to not put too much of your weight in it. I think there's really still that message of be ready, be prepared. Are you prepared? And if you haven't prepared for it, then this isn't it. Okay. And it could, if it's in your business as well, like someone coming forward, maybe wanting to be a partner or collaborate or, you know, wholesale or whatever, something, that not to put all of your eggs in that basket. Slow down around this time in January. Let yourself just enjoy what you do have. And that's not the case for everybody, right? Six of Cups could mean that like somebody's coming in from your past and like you need to not hold weight to it. That could be definitely some messages for other people. For some people. For other people, I think the Six of Cups could just be playing into this slow down, rest, give yourself a break. You've worked really hard. Give yourself that like honor and respect that you need to rest sometimes, and do it while you are doing something that makes you happy. Okay, so you don't have to sit on the couch and do absolutely nothing. Why don't you read? Why don't you watch a movie you've been meaning to watch? Why don't you do a craft you've been meaning to do? You know, doing these little things that aren't for like material success. They're instead just for your like physical joy. Okay, so bringing content into your life in the second third of January is going to be really important. Okay, the last third in January, so from the 21st to the 31st, I can't believe you got those 3 cards. They're all such like, slow down, hang out, just chill. Yeah, wow, okay. So this last third, we've got the Empress and the King of Pentacles. Oh my God. Guys, this pull is so abundant. It is so like, success is coming to you. And you know, you have to prepare for it. You have to you have to be open to the fact that success can come to you, that you can be successful, that you can be filled with content and fulfillment. That's that first third. The second third is literally like, slow down. You're going to be fine. Just protect yourself, honor your body, do things that are beautiful, that make you feel good. And this last third is like money. Money is coming your way. Contentment is coming your way. Physical, tangible proof that you have success in your life, that you have joy in your life is coming. I'm so like, I don't know if you can tell, I'm so energized with this reading because that's so exciting. The King of Pentacles, that is Taurus. The Empress, that is Taurus. So Venus being in Capricorn, that's trine Taurus. So you are working, and Venus is ruled by Taurus. So you are working towards having this well-rounded, experience in relationships, in finances, in your sex life. You know, like you are having a lot of beauty that is coming your way. Be ready, the best is on its way. There's not much more that I can tell you. I think a huge thing for you in this January month is to be confident in the fact that you deserve this joy, you deserve this fulfillment, that it is coming your way, and let go of this overthinking of everything that needs to be done and everything that I need to be, who I need to be in order to be the best version of myself. Like, you are so self-aware that it is killing you. I recently shared a meme on Instagram of like someone saying like, oh wow, you're so self-aware, and the other person like, thanks, it's ruining my life. Like, you are spiraling so much that you need to calm the mind, calm the body, right? All of these are just like, slow the hell down. Give yourself that break. You have been working hard. You create beautiful things. You are a beautiful person. Luck is coming your way. Beautiful things are coming your way this last third of January. I just think you just need to like accept it. You just need to be ready. You need to be prepared for all of that good stuff to come your way. I feel like as soon as Venus goes direct, it's going to be like a beautiful motion forward of just things, just like whatever it is you're looking towards, if it's love, if it's family, if it's money, if it's health, right? So those major things, Venus going direct on January 29th, I believe, is really going to bring like that forward motion, that inertia that's really going to push you forward. I am feeling so energized in my body from this reading, and it's not just me being excited for you. That is like just spirit guides like coming through, and they're like really excited for you. You need to prepare for all of this excitement. So, okay, I'm going to stop myself before I embarrass myself. I hope that was helpful for you. I really hope that you let that sink in, that you are gaining this abundance, and that you are worthy of abundance, and just prepare for it. Okay, so if you're a business owner, get your stock up. If you are looking for love, get yourself ready for that relationship. etc., etc. All right, I'm sending you the best of love. So energized right now. I hope you're well. I hope you have a wonderful January. I hope your holidays were amazing. And I'm sending you guys all my love. All right, thanks. Bye.